Here are my Cattleya seedlings. It's Cattleya araguaiensis. I like this type of Cattleya, and I did try to buy mature plants, but both times they were not strong enough to survive transition, I think. They were imported plants, came to me unpotted with not much roots, weak plants. So 2 times I bought Cattleya araguaiensis, and 2 times it did not survive. And they're not easy to find here in Canada. So when I saw the flask for sale, I convinced myself that maybe if I start them from flask, maybe then at least one of them will survive. So I bought the flask, and I deflasked them in April into this big tray. And now I think that maybe I should put them into a community pot. Actually, several pots probably. Because the trays are too shallow, and the roots, when they start growing, they will be just spreading all around. So it's probably better to confine them into pots. So I was thinking, what should I use for pots? Because I have this little clay pots, and my Cattleyas, mature Cattleyas, they do grow in clay pots. The second choice is this net pots. And the third choice, this little plastic caps with holes that I usually use to deflask phalaenopsis. So after thinking a lot, this is my first Cattleya and that I deflask, and I pretty much don't know what I'm doing for the most part. I decided to use this net pots, hoping that they will provide more air and will dry faster. And maybe then they will survive. So I just want to see if there are some roots, if it's okay to repot them. Ouch. Yeah, there are some roots. This one will be okay. Any more to try? This one here. Yeah, so I can see that there are some roots. So maybe it will be okay to try and transplant them now into pots. Okay, this one is out, so I'll leave it out since it's already out. So I removed them from the trays, and that's what I want to see. The green active growing points on the roots. As long as they have it, they will be fine, repotted. Here's the first pot. I put 6 plants in it. So I wrapped the moss around the roots and just stuck them together into a pot. I think it looks okay. No? Again, I never did deflasked Cattleyas. Maybe I should do it different way. And so far they survived, so maybe it's okay. So I'll do the rest. The second pot is ready. There are 6 plants too. So I have 2 pots with plants that have actively growing roots. So I don't worry too much about them. As long as I don't keep moss too wet, they should be fine. Should survive this transition. Probably roots will start sticking out of the holes, but I'll worry about it later. And here I have 6 plants too, but might not make it. Okay, there's no growing points. Everything is pretty much rotted away. Oh, those are baby roots, they would rot away eventually, but it said that they didn't grow new roots yet. So we'll see how they do. Maybe they will survive, maybe not. I hope they will. And now there is the third pot. It contains the rootless babies. And one of them has that black stuff on the leaf. You'd probably want me to cut it, but I'm gonna leave it there because it's dry. Doesn't do much bad. But there is a good portion of the leaf that is still green and serves the purpose for the plant. I'm not gonna take it away. So that's my Cattleya araguaiensis seedlings, all potted up.